Hey everyone, it's me. Porch repair day. I know this is pretty far along in the project. Let me show you what I started off with. So what we have here is what they had in there originally. These weren't even set in the ground, they were set on top of the ground. This beam is totally shot. It rotted completely out, just like that on the other side. I mean, it was done. This is all rotted. This was a pressure treated beam. Even a ground contact one too, from '88. So the stuff that wasn't pressure treated did better than that pressure treated beam. Part of the problem with that was they stuck metal on the outside of the porch and then stuck the lattice to it. So there's no breather from the wood. If it got wet, it would just sit there and fester with the aluminum on it. So that's why this one's so horrid, why it's just shot. It's because of that aluminum siding sitting on top of it that just rotted everything out when moisture got behind it. Yeah, this is lovely. This is tomorrow's, this side. So let me give you an overview of what I did. That beam over there, I literally just grabbed it and it came right out. Nothing holding it in it, just nothing. But what I did here is I took a 2x8. This is going to be painted the house trim color, so probably that yellow color we picked. And then a 2x12 on the back of it. You're probably asking why the 2x12, because it reveals quite a bit, 3 inches on the bottom there, 3 or 4. It's because I anticipate having to put a beam right here in the porch, and I want to pocket it in some solid wood. So this would probably come up to around here, and I can put a pocket in here and rest the beam on here with a hanger to bring up this side of the porch. Technically there's a beam that goes across here like this, and there's a beam that goes across there like that. Some of these are 2x8s, most of them are 2x6s, I think, if I measured them right. And they're just not, I think that's way too long of a span when you get like patio furniture and other things on the porch. But if it isn't, I'm going to go ahead and raise this beam up when I get to this part of the porch. That beam's already been raised up, not to its final position, but just raised up and made things a lot better here. So this side is pretty much there. That side trails down that way to that beam. But anyway, what I had to do, this 2x12, I probably should have left a little more room there between the rock, but we'll see how that does. But the 2x12, you have to notch on both ends. And on this 2x8, on the front 2x8, I had a notch here because there's a little pocket here. That's where that other beam goes. And then on the 2x12, I had to do a little bit more notching in there to go around the beam because there's a fatter part of the beam. I'll probably end up having to work a little bit more here on that. And then the 2x12 I laid on the ground in front of the stone and placed it where it was going to be. So placed it like right down here, and then made a mark right at the stone where it would sit. I then put the 2x12 on, or 2x8 on, sorry, 2x8 on, and made my cut for how much of that deep cut I had to make it clear the stone. And then I fastened everything together from the behind, so you don't see any screws or screw heads. And they're screwed together. I'll probably put more in there as time goes, but doesn't really, I don't think, need it. There is no construction adhesive in the middle, which, that's fine. It's just a porch. If this was an interior wall or something, I'd put construction adhesive. And chances are I'm going to put a bead of caulking between the two here to keep from having water migrate down in there and rot these out as well. And then I blocked it here with scrap. And then underneath these, there's a 2x4. It runs here, another 2x4, and another 2x4. It runs here above the there's the rock, or the stone comes up a little bit here. This is just temporary because that's what I'm going to be doing to replace that mess. So it will extend out this far and go over. But I'm going to have to support that a different way because it's just not getting enough lift with this support. That support's doing fine. It's lifting even all the way over to the first column there. Lifted these two columns between the two, but this little tiny one doesn't seem to be doing a whole ton. It's a 2-ton limit, and that's pretty much what I think would handle this, but yeah. So that's a 6-ton, and then I have an 8-ton when I managed to find the handle for it. Probably just a pair of pliers on a piece of pipe. But anyway, now what I do to cover this mess so it's not such an eyesore is I put the boards back on. I'll be replacing them eventually. Just right now funds aren't allowing me to do that because of COVID. Oh, said that, I'm probably going to drop my video. But the structure here is about how far it's off total. So this bottom piece here with the little decorative element should be on the top. That should be on the bottom. I have to cut a new piece for that because it's really a piece of bad wood there. Same with that, and that should go up to the top. I think they took it down because the birds were up there nesting. And then I'll put the boards back on. Just keep people off of it for now. But this is really strong in here now, especially with that 2x12 background, or back end on that. You'll never crash through this beam. And it's probably going to last longer than I will. Once I have all the 2x8s and 2x12s up on and installed, I'll paint it that yellow color to protect it, and then I'm painting the bottom part that revealed from the 2x12 black in anticipation for the type of skirting we're going to do in here. I'm going to make it so all plate pieces are removable. I'm going to find some metal clips that allow me to do that, so I can easily go on there and just unlatch it and then pull the piece out to get under there if I have to. Anyway, time to put all this together. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and probably be another video tomorrow. Oh, let's take a look over here. Looks much better.